A very familiar face joining me now at NALS Conference 2012. It's Christopher Hamer, the Property Ombudsman, and it's lovely to see you again.
Thank you.
Now, you're a regular fixture at the NALS Conference. Why do you come back year after year?
I think this is probably the second or third time I've been here at the NALS Conference, and I think it's important to meet with members of the industry to understand how they view the various developments and changes in the industry, and also to alert them to the fact that the Ombudsman scheme is there, that workload is increasing, and to get over the fact that many of my disputes, I should say the vast majority of my disputes, are about misunderstanding and miscommunication. So it's very important for them to make it very clear to the parties to a transaction, so that's the landlord and the tenant, what the charges are that they may incur, what the commitments they are taking on, and what responsibilities they have in pursuing that tenancy.
And do you think it's important for the industry to get together? There's people from all different areas of the industry here today, and this seems to be a place where things actually happen and where ideas are born.
I think it's a good thing that there are these events to get some sort of cohesion in the industry. After all, when a tenancy is being pursued, it's not only the agent that's involved, but it's the landlord. So a landlord's association is important that they're here to talk about from the landlord's point of view, but all the ancillary services such as referencing, inventory, they're all very relevant, and they all need to know that they should be following a certain set of standards.
Absolutely. And also I think much of what this conference is about is also about trying to raise standards and supporting and empowering lettings agents to do that, and that's got to be a good thing.
Oh yes, of course, because for the majority of people who are renting a property, they're going to be doing that through an agent, probably, and they need to know precisely what commitments they're taking on, what responsibilities they've got under a tenancy, and they're relying on the agent to be professional. The agent is the professional in the transaction, and the agent needs to know that they have a position of responsibility in that regard.
What would you say are the greatest challenges facing the PRS at the moment?
I think the biggest challenge is that there are many people looking to rent because of the current economic environment, and those people don't necessarily understand what they're entering into when they enter into a tenancy agreement, when they talk to an agent, and I think one of the problems that the industry faces is how do you educate the consumer so that they understand who does what in the tenancy transaction, what the charges might be, what the commitments that they will have under that tenancy agreement, so that when somebody is looking to rent a property, they actually have done a bit of research. They've had the opportunity to become aware of what might happen.
Yes, so they know to ask for an inventory, they know to look for a safe agent, because the outcome of the tenancy is really decided at the beginning, and it should be decided at the beginning by having it set up correctly in the first place.
Indeed, the tenant should know before they're committed to any charges, before they've signed on the dotted line of that tenancy agreement, exactly what they're letting themselves in for.
Now, I know one of the ways that you are educating people is you're on the social web, you're on Twitter, you're doing case studies, and really just on behalf of the property community, I'd like to thank you for being so accessible and joining in conversations online, and I really appreciate that, and I just wanted to say that to you.
Well, thank you. It's obviously very important, and the wider we can get the message out, the less complaints there will be. Now, I know that sounds as if I'm going to work myself out of business. I don't think that's the case, but that's the right thing, isn't it, for the consumer, that no complaints arise in the first place.
Absolutely, because without tenants, none of us have a business, so we've got to put them first.
Indeed.
Thank you very much for talking to us, Mr. Hamer.
My pleasure.
Enjoy the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.